morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to KRUNGTHAI Card Public Company Limited, the performance of the year 2018. My name is Apitsama Nasongkla, and along with Kun Chutide Chayuti, our CFO, we will talk to you about our history a little bit. We are incorporated in 1996. At that time, KTB holds 100%. And in the year 2002, October, we are listed in the stock exchange. And KTB dilute their share from 100% to 49.45% from the year 2002 until now. The rest of the name you see on our top 10 shareholders mostly are individuals holding. However, those individuals not related to KTB or KTC or the management. We have 8 members of the board of directors. KTB sent 2 of the representatives to sit on the board of directors. And the rest is including our CEO, Kun Rathian Simongkol. The rest gonna be independent directors. So those names is not related to us. They are silent shareholders, they don't want the board seat. And for the business that we have 2 main products currently. Credit card is the majority of 65.3%, and personal loan is about 35%. However, personal loan generate higher yield than credit card. It generates about 40% of our total revenue, and credit card is about 60% of the revenue. We will talk more about the products. The credit card and personal loan business that we have require license from the BOT, and BOT set up the rules and regulation. The main one is the credit card business. You need to have income at least 15,000 baht a month in order to eligible to acquire the credit card. And the interest rate and fee that we can charge is up to 18% maximum. The credit line that we can give you depends on your income. If you have income between 15,000 baht a month to 30,000 baht a month, we can give you only 1.5 times of the monthly income, regardless of your credit history. But if you have income between 30,000 baht to 50,000 baht a month, the credit limit is increased to 3 times. If income more than 50,000 baht a month, then we can give you up to 5 times of your monthly income. That's effective on the 1st of September 2017. If you are existing customer before that, then we can give you the credit line up to 5 times. On the personal loan, there are no minimum income limit, but the interest rate and fee that we can charge maximum at 28%. So it depends on the risk appetite of any company. The credit line divided by the income as well. If you have income less than 30,000 baht a month, we can give you only 1.5 times of your monthly income. And you can have the loan no more than 3 institutions. But if you have income more than 30,000 baht a month, we can give you up to 5 times of your monthly income. And there are no limit in terms of how many loans you can get. It depends on each company or each bank. We do have the National Credit Bureau in Thailand, and we can check the financial information from the Credit Bureau. Every company, every financial institution by law need to send the information to the Credit Bureau every month. So the information is quite up to date. For the performance and the credit card penetration rate in Thailand, you can see from this presentation that private consumption expenditure in Thailand is nearly 8 trillion. And out of that, only 21.8% settle with the credit card. So there are a lot more room to grow with the National e-payment project, the cashless society that's coming, and the new generation, the online things that people buying that increasing every month. So those are the open the opportunity for us, for people to familiar with electronic payment and then the credit card payment. For our business in terms of credit card, you're gonna see the market share on different type of market shares, because BOT collects numbers from all players, and they collect number of cards, spending, receivables, and NPL numbers. So we can show you those numbers, and we can map it with the BOT information, and we know our market share. In terms of number of cards, we have the market share of 10.8% by year end 2018. KTB also the major distribution channel for us in order to bring in the new application. Mostly KTB bring in around 40% of the new application. And then another major distribution channel is the direct sale and telesale. We have the growth in terms of number of cards of 10.1% last year. And for the spending, credit card spending, this one generate fee income. We have the market share of 11.2%, and we grow around 9.2%, along with the industry average of 10%. For the credit card portfolio, you can see that we have the market share of 12.2%, and we grow about 5.6%. The portfolio quality, we believe that we are the number one in terms of the portfolio quality of both credit card and personal loan. The NPL, which defined as 90-day past due, we have only 0.99% in terms of the NPL compared to the industry average of 1.81%. And that's the credit card business. For the personal loan, we are quite small in terms of the personal loan business. We have the market share of only 7%. KTB is still the main distribution to bring in new application, and direct sale and telesale also play the major keys. We grow 11.6% in terms of the new account. And for the portfolio quality, in the personal loan business, which is supposed to be higher risk than credit card, but we can control on the NPL. We have NPL only 0.76%, compared to the industry average of 2.54%. And last year, we grow just the same as the industry of 8.3% in terms of the receivables. This one talking about the balance sheet. We have the asset of nearly 80 billion and the liability of 63 billion. Out of that, 54 billion came from the borrowing portfolio we have. You can see that we have around 85% of the long term, which defines more than the loan that more than 1 year, and only 16% of the short term. The average cost of funding is 2.9%. We have quite a large number of the long-term loan, and the duration of the long term is nearly 5 years, because for the past 3 years that we have the low interest rate environment, we issue a very long tenor to control on the average cost of funding. We want it to be stable, because the cost that we can charge our customer is fixed. Credit card at 18 and personal loan at 28. We can't do anything with that one. So what we try to do is we try to fix the cost of funding to be in the ballpark of 3 to 3.3%. And last year is about 2.9. We believe that the average cost of fund for this year should be around 3% as well. We also have the credit line from banks, other banks, of around nearly 25 billion. Out of that, 18 billion came from KTB. We use it on and off just to match the short-term funding. We have the rating of A+ by TRIS. On the long term that we issue is all the bonds in Thai baht only. And duration, just like I said, is nearly 5 years. And we issue to financial institutions, insurance, also public as well. The covenants on all the bond that we issue said DE ratio not more than 10 times. Currently, we have DE ratio only 3.87, so we can increase the portfolio without having to tap to the new equity. This one is the P&L analysis. It's the common side of the P&L. we have a very high in terms of the provision. And we have very high in terms of the bad debt recovery as well on the second line, that you can see that once we set up the provision 100% when you turn to be an NPL, and then we write it off pretty fast and we recover it back quite in a large number. And net profit last year is 5.1 billion and we grow about 55%. And this one is the key financial ratio. I would like to point out in a couple of them. On the cost to income ratio and the operating cost to income ratio, the difference mainly, the operating cost is the pure operating. The difference is the marketing, mostly is marketing expense, because it depends on the company and the strategy that we set up each year. So on the average, the operating cost income ratio is level at around 26 to 29%. And the cost to income ratio is around 35 to 39% as well. And anything that related to interest income, you're gonna see the number of the average interest received, and the net interest margin here in the presentation is different if you calculate from the financial statement. Because we are non-bank, we can book the so-called interest income only for 15%. So whatever over 15%, for example, credit card we charge at 18% and personal loan at 28%. And the rest is go into credit usage fee income and is booked under the fee income on the financial statement. You got to read the MD&A, which we release every quarter along with the financial statement. And in the MD&A, we explain how much is the interest and how much is the fee income. And then you're gonna get the same number as we presented. The allowance and the Npl coverage, as I said before, that we have very conservative in terms of the provision. You're gonna see that for the past 6-7 years, our Npl is getting lower and lower. So the coverage on the Npl is getting increasing. Currently, it's about like more than 6.1 times. But if you look into the provision against the portfolio, you're gonna see that it's roughly around 7%. And dividend payment, we pay the dividend of at least 40% of our net profit. And last year is 41.1%. For the guideline of the year 2019, we target a portfolio growth of 10% and try to maintain the portfolio quality of the percentage NPL the same as last year, which is 1.1%. The credit card spending, we try to achieve the 15% milestone. And the net profit, we target the growth of 10% as well. So that ends the last presentation of KTC, and now we can go to the question and answer.
Well, actually, there are 4 questions right now. Let's start off with the first one. Do we have plan to increase the personal loan and how? I think when you are dealing with giving out the loan, actually there are lots more people who would like to receive it. It's easier to give it to anyone, but once you increase it too much, then you'll be aware of having a bad loan coming afterwards. We used to grow the personal loan up to almost 20% growth year on year. But that scares us actually for the bad rate that is coming. So we are trying to curve down the growth of our personal loan portfolio even before the Bank of Thailand come out with the new regulations. Once the regulations come out, if you look really close at the way Bank of Thailand decide the new regulations, they actually like to curve the growth of the personal loan business. So to us now is how we could achieve more than what we used to. Let's say we used to before the new regulations, we used to grow around 11-12%. How we would achieve that, or how can we do more than 12%? I think that's probably be a question for the new under the new regulations. In that sense, what we are very keen on is we are keen on finding the group of people who have income less than 30,000 baht. And last year, we have to admit also that we are struggling with how to manage the team and how to create a team to penetrate into the more than 30,000 baht group of people. It was so difficult to move the team who know those people who have a low earning, to approach the people with a higher earning. I think for the past years, we have already learned and we have adjusted our strategies. So this year, what we are going to do, even we still very strong in the lower group of people, then we're trying to build up the new team, which probably have experience penetrating the higher than 30,000 baht market. And let's see how that strategy would work for this year. And beyond that, we are also developing the online online channel as well. Even though the eKYC and e-signature is not legalized in this country, but having more lead coming in through the internet channel is also as good. So we are working closely with Google team and Facebook to learn how to penetrate. And I think for the past 6 months, we have seen quite an improvement in terms of more applications coming in and lowering the cost of acquisition through this online channel. We have a greater target for them in this year, and let's see how they could develop. Okay, then we come to the second question. Actually, what is the customers for a personal loan and credit card? Credit card are for people who have more than 15,000 baht salary. For our portfolio, I think most of the portfolio is still in the mass market. We have also the A and A plus group of people, because we also issue a black card on Visa, MasterCard as well. So, but they are fewer than those mass market groups. So that's why most of our earnings come from interest. On the personal loan, actually almost all of the personal loan market in Thailand are those people who have less than 30,000 baht. It's a majority for that market. We are also the same. The third question, most of your clients are in Bangkok. Also, what's the barrier to entry the rural area? Actually, we cover the whole country. For credit card, it's split probably 50-50 between people who use the card in Bangkok and vicinities and outside Bangkok. And for personal loan, the people in Bangkok and vicinity probably a bit more than the provinces, but it still cover the whole country. Is there any barrier? Actually, there is no barrier, because our salesperson or KTB branches cover the whole nations. Normally, it would probably be that when you are outside of Bangkok and vicinities or the major provinces, the tendencies become you have lower income range than people who are in greater Bangkok and vicinities and in the major provinces. I think that's probably the key. Next one, dividend policy. Any potential to increase the payout? Dividend policy remains the same, 40%, no less than 40% of net profit. Any potential to increase the payout? Not yet for now. We would still like to keep the balance of the 60% for the future growth, whether or not the PICO and nano financing and also the auto title deed lending that we are going into If we could success in those models, we are expecting that we still need the capital to grow the portfolio. The next one, on positive effect of the cashless society, do you have any new product or project? In terms of the cashless society, I think there are a lot more awareness of using application or QR code or mobile for payment. But up to the point, then I think the adoption rate used to be quite slow, but when the bank free up all the fee for electronic payments, then we saw the adoption rate coming more and more. However, I think it's behavior of the Thai people also that they are still quite uncertain, and not uncertain, but they still not have a full trust in electronic payment. So some might still would like to hold cash, some would like still to hold with the plastic. But yes, we do have quite a positive number of people getting into trying the mobile payment. We are equipped ourselves with the kind of payment you use from mobile. We are the first one to launch Samsung Pay. We already provide Fitbit Pay, Garmin Pay, and we are also the first to launch QR code for credit card payment. But as I said, the adoption rate is still pretty slow. Then we would probably have to wait until all this data privacy law comes out. That would activate the eKYC and e-signatures, which I think that would enable or another source of disruption in the financial industry again, whereby the cashless society would probably be more obvious, and there will be more people coming into the mobile payment. We are also in the process of submitting for a license to do the prepaid card, for which we can fulfill our own e-wallet. When normally we have the credit card, now if we can issue the prepaid, then we would complete the product line. We would have ourselves the credit card and prepaid card, and then we would have the debit card from KTB Bank. But that still waiting for Bank of Thailand's approval. The last one here is, in case of Pico and Nano, when will it get licensed? I think for both Pico and Nano, it's probably soon to get the license. We've been submitting to KTB and Bank of Thailand, and now it's under Bank of Thailand's considerations. Hopefully, by the end of this month or next month, we should have that license comes out. And after that, after we have that license, then we're ready to operate the first batch of the test group. And also added to that is the auto title deed lending, which we already submit to the Bank of Thailand. Hopefully by the next 60 days, at the end of the next 60 days, we should be ready to operate that. I think that would be all of the questions we have for now.
Okay, so that will be all for KTC, and thanks for joining us. See you again next time. Thank you.
Thank you.